On our previous talk, we became a bit acquainted with God, and you said that only a small percentage of the people eventually discover Him, and we would like for as many people as possible to enjoy this revelation because it sounds great. He's open to everyone, only for this we have to change our nature. This is what we talked about. And therefore, not anyone who wants to come and take the Creator shall come and take, as it's written. There has to be a serious approach. So I hope that with the help of these talks we can all come a bit closer to it, and we'd like to start and ask, who is God? We hear this word a lot, and everyone has a different depiction, a different feeling about what that is. In the Bible, it's a kind of a figure that's sometimes angry, sometimes loving, sometimes merciful. Is it a figure? Is it something else? When you say figure, what do you mean? That figure has a personality of its own, a desire of its own, something similar to us. I'd like to hear, how do you depict this thing called God? First of all, we have to talk about perception of reality. That what we feel is what we feel. It's not necessarily the phenomenon that exists outside of me, if it exists outside of me. And secondly, does it exist in the way that I perceive it? What I see now, for sure that were I to have different qualities, I would feel this reality differently. Meaning it's all depicted solely in our qualities. That we, as people, we have hearing, seeing, taste, smell, touch. The main thing is hearing and seeing. And accordingly we perceive reality, build reality, accept reality. But it's all according to our qualities. And also the patterns we have and everything, of course. And if not for the patterns, our qualities, then we wouldn't feel reality. And vice versa, maybe around us, there are many other different forms on different dimensions. Not necessarily in 3D, that if there is a wall, then that's it. That's all it could be. But there are worlds here that are fulfilled by different creatures and things. I don't know. It doesn't touch me, it doesn't register, it isn't perceived in my senses, and therefore, for me, it doesn't exist. But for me, from the infinite shapes and forms and worlds, for me exists only this world, because I perceive only it from the sum total of the infinite variety. Now, when we talk about God, first of all, we define him as the higher force, higher than us, more powerful, more controlling, more. So, I have to also understand, how will I perceive him? Because if I'll perceive him, I'll also perceive him in my qualities, with my different qualities. So there are a few stages here. One stage is that I have to advance myself towards the first perception of God, that I have to change my qualities. I have to acquire additional qualities, new senses, in order to start perceiving him. And then suppose I perceive him. And from this moment that I perceive him and on, I start changing and improving my qualities, and more to perceive God, feel him, understand him, really to a point where I attain him completely. Why do I have to change my qualities in order to perceive him? Suppose I learned that a dog feels this world according to scents, smells. They barely see, and they don't really lack it, but their sense of smell, smelling and hearing, It completely fulfills the dog. He hears his master, some 100 meters from him, hears him, runs to him. He has a very powerful sense of hearing. And also a sense of smell. We see how the dogs are constantly smelling around. The smells for them are the map of the world. So, if I want to suppose come closer to a dog, so I have to develop the sense of hearing, smell, like he has, and then we'll understand each other. We'll talk the same language. If suppose I want to be like a snake, they operate only according to heat and cold. That's all a snake has, heat and cold. But it's enough for the snake. It's so developed that it's enough for it to feel the whole of reality. Just like I do with my eyes. It seems to me that this is all there is, and I don't need anything else. But how many more phenomenon is there here that I don't perceive? I don't know. It fulfills me. For my body, for my current existence, it's sufficient. The same goes for the snake, but in order to get closer to the snake, I have to develop this additional sense, the sense of heat and cold. And then, accordingly, I'll know how to get along, even if, God forbid, I'll be blind. That's it. What do I want to say? That everything's perceived according to our senses. The Creator has such qualities that simply pass through us. We don't grasp it, like radio waves, for example, or other phenomena in nature. I have to build a special sense that will be similar to him, just like the sense of heat for a snake and sense of smell for a dog. The same way a certain sense with respect to God, and then I'll perceive him. Okay, I know what that is. A snake, okay. Who is he? So we come to the wisdom of Kabbalah and get an explanation. Actually, also in the Torah, we're told that if you want to perceive God, you can grasp him according to the same condition. It's called the law of equivalence of form, that you have to have the same form as he has, the same qualities as he has. What quality does he have? He is good and benevolent, or bestowal, love, giving. In short, we call it bestowal. Ashpa in Hebrew, meaning bestowal, that's a word that includes everything, meaning that he is willing to give everything to everyone. And we have the opposite nature. We're in an opposite nature, that we want to receive whatever we feel that is for our benefit from everyone, and as much as we want. And every day a new desire, and every moment I want something new, and this and that being my entire life. Every moment wanting something new. And then my general sense is called the will to receive, the will to enjoy. And his general sense is called the will to give, the will to give pleasure. We are opposite to each other. It's not like me and a dog or a snake, that we simply don't understand each other. But still, we have something in common. He has eyes, and I have eyes. He has a sense of touch, and so do I. And so we feel each other, see each other. We're together in the same world, and with the higher force, with God, I'm not in the same world. He has completely different qualities. Suppose like radio waves or something that pass through me. I don't grasp them, I don't discover them. For me, they don't exist. But this force, it sustains the whole of reality, bestows, gives, sustains reality. And furthermore, This force teaches us from generation to generation throughout all of history, throughout the development which we call evolution. It brings us to a state where we will be necessitated to discover Him because we'll have no other choice, and we're coming closer and closer to it, because this generation is already a generation that really is truly needy of the revelation of the Creator, because otherwise, as if they won't know how to survive.